Welcome back to Catching Up with Katie.
Are we been eaten?
Hello?
I've been. Oh, did I just do a knit stitch? Dang it!
Dadgummit, I gotta start over.
No, not a KP.
I don't know what to do.
I know, but
I
your
think you
aesthetic
gotta
is good.
unroll it all.
I'm just gonna commit. We'll have 3 knit stitches in a row. It's fine. I told you I was bringing the whimsy back into my life, and so I'm here to prove it by knitting on camera. I will say, like, knitting is not something that's new to me. I don't know how to do anything other than a scarf. My Nana taught me when I was growing up, and so knitting. I feel like every 5 years, I knit a scarf.
Comes back, yeah.
Comes back. So
We
right
could
now,
just do a really, really big scarf would be a blanket.
so I don't know how. Like, I feel like crocheting is for blankets.
What if you kept going,
Yeah.
like, you picked a color and you worked on one for, like, however long of each year, and then you have, like, a decade worth of scarf?
Wow.
You
Just one scarf.
She's just sitting.
Fold it back and
She
forth.
just has a scarf and it's going into a dark room. And you turn the light on. It's just to the ceiling.
Well, okay. One thing is, we have the opportunity to do this because the new year's coming up. People do a temperature blanket.
I was
What
just
is
going to
that?
say that.
So when you crochet, you like make a chart for each color. So you go off of the average temperature of each day. And
Okay.
then if it's within like a certain range, it's a certain color. And so you do a row
Oh.
every day. Or you like say, I want to knit on Sundays. And then you do like, 7 rows
Yeah.
in a night. And by the end of the year, you have a blanket. You like figure out your dimensions and like all that good stuff. And by the end of the year, you have a blanket and it like it's gradient off of the
That's
colors.
cool.
That's cool.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
Imagine you lived in like
Florida.
Los Angeles.
Right. And it's just,
Just
70
red.
degrees.
It's
all
like
year long.
65 to
Orange
80.
and red.
Well, Tennessee, it would be like if you have it for 30 degrees and below, it's like blue, and then purple for 70 degrees. It's just like blue, purple for
Yeah.
like 2 weeks straight. But yeah, so we're knitting, we're chilling. Lindsay's here today. We're doing a little bit of something different. Honestly, not even different. It's going back to kind of like the OG
The roots.
Catching
if
It
you
with
will.
Katie, which is a Q&A. The last episode we just kind of played games. Usually we use this opportunity to either just gab, chat,
Goof.
goof around, make videos, like talk about stuff. And that's kind of what we'll do here, but in a more structured way where I put a little prompt on Facebook. If you don't follow my Facebook, that's probably where you get the most bang for your buck because I post so much there.
Yeah.
Photos, statuses, stories, videos, all of it. And so on there, I posted a little like prompt saying, "Hey, what do y'all want to know Q&A wise?" So she's got some questions from that she's gonna ask. So if you want to just kick us off, Lindsay.
Okay, we're going to start with the World Show questions.
Okay, so we just came back from the World Show.
Number 1, why did Aaron not show Denver in the Western Pleasure at the World Show?
So, this entire year we've focused on Western Pleasure with Denver. That's been like, and honestly, that's normally, if you have like a Western horse or an English horse, they're going to start off usually in the Western riding or the hunter under saddle. And then they kind of like use that as the base of their career because it is a really good foundational class. It's good. Like it teaches them how to hold themselves and they get used to the show pen, even if they're not going to be super competitive in it. Like it's a good class to start off in because they walk, trot, and lope or can or whatever. And so with Denver, honestly, when I bought him, I did not think he was going to be like the Western Pleasure horse. And Aaron will tell you that. Like he kind of just surprised us. He has a very like all around movement. Like we look at him and when you look at him loping around and stuff, you're like, that horse is going to do great in the trail and Western riding. He just kind of surprised us at how well he put himself together for the Western Pleasure this year. Cause usually that's like they're sat back a little more. They're a little tighter moving. They have to hold themselves for an extremely long time in this like really extremely collected gait. And he just kind of killed it. And everyone like really liked him. Like the judges really liked him. And I think it was very good for the Western Pleasure industry to see a horse off the rail, passing, moving more forward, and being rewarded for it. But also, there's multiple things to balance there with having a trainer that has as many horses as Aaron. So like, I'm not the only person with a horse in that barn.
Right.
So like, yes, I want him to like focus on Denver, but he has so many other clients that are in the same boat with their horse. And so he had a horse for the junior this year, which the junior for a horse that's 5 and under, like that is the class, that is the hardest of the classes. Cause there's junior, there's level 1, which can be any aged horse, but usually it's a younger horse. And then there were all these like little futurities and maturities. So sorry. Hold on. My husband is sending me a 9 years ago of us picture.
Oh, nice.
It's that bad, huh?
But he, you know, like there's all these other like futurities and maturity. So Denver was in, like we decided the best place for him would be the 10K maturities at the NSBA World at the Congress. So that meant that like a horse who had not won in excess of $10,000 in the Western Pleasure by a certain point. So there's like all of these like different types of Western Pleasure classes. A lot of people I've seen in the comments have been little haters being like, it's because he can't go up with the big dogs. I'm like,
Hold on.
Margot Robbie
Shut
there.
like, shut up. He's fine. But like that's I don't really care that like he maybe he wouldn't have won the junior. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like he's doing more than we could have ever imagined, and he's amazing. So, so he did both of those classes at the NSBA World and the Congress, and it was like the same class at both of them. And I'm sure there was a variant of horses that he showed against. The Congress was twice the size of NSBA World, but it was a lot of the same horses in like the top 10 of each of those.
Yeah.
He's like competing against the same horses. And then at the World Show, it was kind of the same horses.
And now for today's sponsor, which is Flexispot. You might have seen these comfy chairs that we sit in every single episode. This is the Flexispot Recliner XL6. So it's a recliner, but it's independent controlled. So you can do the footrest, you can do the backrest independently from each other to make sure you are optimizing your comfort. It's got massage seats. It's got heated seats. It can lay almost flat while also having the capabilities of basically standing you up, making this chair amazing for those with limited mobility or if you have anyone that's elderly in your home. Obviously, we love a comfy chair, but what we love more is an affordable chair. Other chairs that have this many different features might run you around $2,000, whereas the Flexispot recliners run around $500. Speaking of a good price, you need to check out Flexispot during their Black Friday sale, up to 80% off. And they don't just have recliners. They have all kinds of different furniture. They have desks. They have desk chairs. They have recliners. There are so many different options and great price points. If you're in the market for a comfy chair or anything from the Flexispot website, this is the time to shop, and I do have a code for you. So if you use the code on the screen, you will get $50 off your order. So go check it out. The link is in my description. And now back to the video.
Like the horse that won it at the World Show is the one that was second to him at the Congress. Amazing horse. Like I'm not saying that Denver would have won at the World Show. Like he might have had a different, ride. There was different judges. Not saying
You can always have a bad stat.
Yeah, like, and there might just be different opinions that day. It's a judged sport. But our viewpoint of it was there's only 2 days between the Western Pleasure and the Western Riding at the World Show. And like we had kind of made that step at the Congress to start his Western Riding journey. And that was really cool to see. Like his first time ever showing the Western Riding was at the Congress. And it was great, but there was like a lot of things to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had worked really, really hard for that 3 weeks in between those two shows on the Western Riding. And it had come so far. And it just seemed unfair to Denver. This is one thing. I mean, the other thing is Aaron obviously had other horses to show. Like Denver wasn't his only choice for this class.
Yeah.
But he was a contender in Aaron's lineup. He was like, I might want to show him. And then we got there and he was like, I feel like it would be unfair to like have been working so hard on the Western Riding because this horse is only 4. And then all of a sudden, because there is some kind of like contradictory training between those two classes, especially when a horse is young and not super seasoned. So flipping back and forth can be kind of difficult mentally like to
For the
figure
horse.
out. And he was like, I feel like if I've been practicing Western riding and then all of a sudden I'm like, nope, we're going slow again. We're going back to pleasure. And then, oh, nope, we're going right back to Western riding. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it was just going to be kind of unfair to
shock.
him. And we don't like he's already proven to us that he's like really cool in the Western pleasure. And like our next goal for him is the Western riding. So it just seemed like unfair and kind of unneeded to go in the Western pleasure
Yeah.
against all the same horses he's been showing against all year, you know? And it's like, yeah, I could be greedy and be like, I want a trophy and possibly have gotten one, but I don't really care about that at this point. I think I just care about his like success long term. And
Mhm.
so I think that absolutely was the right choice because whether he did have a couple bobbles, you'll see that in the video that we post. That'll be this next week of like the whole World Show video. You'll see he didn't have like a perfect run, but like the difference between Congress and the World Show was exponential. And that is where his talent, I think, is going to shine the most, is the Western riding. And that is what our goal is for this coming year. And so it's like, it just didn't seem needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I know that was a long answer to that question, but
I think it was thorough.
yeah,
Very thorough.
well, when it comes to like having a young stallion and whatnot, there's a lot of people that are like obviously cheering him on and like want to know the details and like watch his journey. But then there's also people that out of just for no reason want him to fail and want to hate him. Like I saw this one lady being like she commented and she was being so sweet. She's like, oh my gosh, Aaron and Denver are unstoppable. Like they're amazing, whatever. Just writing a nice comment.
Yeah.
And this other lady was like, he was stopped. Did you not see that he was 12th and he was stopped? And I'm like, why are we being so dramatic right now?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter that much.
Actually,
He was stopped. Like it doesn't matter.
He actually lost.
You enjoyed
Big
watching
time.
him. That's all that matters,
Like
right?
I said it in the TikTok and I'm so glad I did. I didn't think about it beforehand, but I was like, he didn't win, but improvement is winning. Like he
Yeah.
absolutely won
And
for us.
he did look a lot better.
100%. Like everything that we said, we were like, okay, I said do the trot log better. That didn't happen, but he was straighter and he
was
was a lot
straighter.
more even. So, but yeah,
Awesome.
that's why.
All right. Next question. In your video riding Denver, you acted like Aaron might be mad at you for doing lead changes. Why can't you just do what you want with your own horse?
And I probably put a little bit more drama on that. Like Aaron's
the
never
question.
gotten mad at me. But I think it's also because like I do try to be as respectful as possible to him as the trainer. Like I've entrusted him and his program with my horse. He makes a lot of decisions for Denver because that's where he lives. I'm not with Denver all the time. And he's had Denver since before I owned him. Like he's the one who started him. And so when you like, obviously you go into each relationship with a trainer on your own terms. You figure out your relationship. You figure out what kind of those terms are. But Aaron obviously knows what he's doing. And he's got like there's a method to the madness. And I like to be kept in the loop. But it would be contradictory to like my goal and like the money I spend and the relationship that I want to have with this professional who is taking care of my animal and trying to campaign them and train them and all this stuff. If like every time I wanted to get on him, I just went and did whatever I wanted and like undid a bunch of work.
Yeah.
Or contradicted training that he is in the middle of. Or like it's just not what's best for everybody.
Yeah.
And so while like I threw a little lead change in there, like I wouldn't have done that if I didn't lope off and be like, oh yeah, I could do it. Like, like if I'd been like, like I don't know what's going on here. Like, but Western riding is a class that I've had a lot of success in, and like I've changed leads on a lot of different horses, and I just felt confident in myself in that moment to just go ahead and throw one in, and it was good. And then he walked up and I told him myself, and I was like, I changed leads, and he was like, was it good? I was like, yeah. And he was like, show me. So,
Yeah.
But he was like, okay, but if you're going to show me, let's make it a teaching moment, lope him straight and then break to a walk and stop at the thing so that he's not turning either way. And like, there are specific ways you can do it without creating bad habits on a young horse. So anyway, I just think if you're going to pay someone
For sure.
To
and
train
entrust them. Don't contradict
what they're doing.
what they're doing, you know?
For
Because
sure.
you definitely, it feels different.
Well, and I haven't ridden since July, or not July, probably August, July, August. And so I'm not like in my prime of riding, and I am not a person that's used to riding Denver specifically. And a horse that young, I mean, 4 is still so young. Like they're still in the baby stages of training to where you have to be so consistent with your cues,
Yeah.
like to stay on par and stay on task. And like, it's unfair to the horse to be like confusing them. And, you know, so
Yeah.
anyway,
Those glasses look really good, like on you,
You
right
like
now.
'em?
Yeah.
we kind of glazed over that. We didn't even like talk about.
I've
the fact that I
honestly
have my
been
glasses personally.
surprised at your ability to knit and talk.
Yeah.
I would be going,
Uh,
pause. I either have to pause the knit or pause the talk.
I've paused a couple times.
Yeah, but you've been rolling.
Who's it for?
I don't know. Does someone want it? I'd wear it, but I'd also give it away. Would either of you wear a scarf
Yeah.
I would wear a
of this
scarf.
color?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would y'all fight over it?
No.
No.
Can we make that a segment? Do you want tassels on the end or no tassels? Do you want it to be an infinity scarf or not?
No to infinity.
can you put your chain
Um,
garb on and fight?
They do have chainmail.
Indifferent to tassels.
Indifferent to tassels. I was sitting here thinking I want to put tassels on it,
Tassels would not deter me from wearing it.
Nice.
but I also might just keep it.
That would deter me from wearing it.
All right. Ready for the next question? All right. What is next for Denver and the plan for 2026?
So he just finished at the World Show. They haven't left yet because they had a couple more horses to show. But when they leave, they'll go home. He'll have a rest. Like, and when I mean rest, I mean like a month of doing nothing. Like he'll go outside.
Just being a horse.
He'll just hang out. Where'd my little thing go?
Need a pencil?
I got it.
You got your purple
I got
pencil.
my purple pencil.
People
I'm doing 2 purl, 2 knit alternate.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing I know how to do.
Wish I knew what that meant.
Yep.
But he'll just go home. He'll just go be a horse. He'll go hang out. I mean, these are athletes. Like, and he's just gotten off of like his biggest season. Like he had the big show in August, big show in October, big show in November. Like that's hard. And so every athlete needs rest. Every athlete needs to recuperate. And like, you know, in the off season, sometimes we might have the vet out and be like, hey, what are some things we could do in the off season to like help him, you know, recuperate even more, or help, you know, what are, you know, little things like that. Have like a soundness exam done. He hasn't had any soundness issues, but like, you know, might just take that time to like attempt to utilize it, you know? And so he like maybe do some massage, maybe do some lasering, you know, things like that. And so he'll go do that for about a month. In that month, the only thing he might have to do is to take some pictures with me.
Yeah.
Might do a little photo shoot. But other than that, after that, he goes in January and he'll move to High Point and he will live there through the middle of March. And so they will collect him for frozen semen for all of January because he does have some mares booked to him for 2026 already. And we're doing fresh semen for 6 weeks. So February 1st through March 13th, he'll be collected every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It'll be fresh, meaning like he gets collected that day and it gets sent out to mares to breed.
Cool.
And then after that, because he's going to go show, it'll be frozen only. And so his frozen semen has proven to be very good, very potent. Almost everybody he bred last year got pregnant. I think only 2 didn't, and one of them was mine, and it was like her own issues. It was Erlene. But yeah, it was absolutely like a really killer 2025 foaling season with only frozen.
Yeah.
And so the fact that we're mixing in some fresh this year, he has more mares that he's breeding in 2026. That's kind of what our focus is. And then after he breeds, I mean, we're pretty much going all in on the Western riding. Like, I think we're going to attempt to find someone that could maybe start him in the trail. I don't know what that'll look like for showing in the trail for 2026, but like starting him in it, the trail's hard.
It looks hard.
Super freaking hard. But I think he's going to be like a freak at it.
Yeah.
He's really good over. I say he's really good over the poles. Don't watch the Western riding and listen. Like Don't use that as your like he is good at
Baseline.
repulse. But yeah, he's gonna be more of like on the all around side of things this year. If he does do the pleasure, then it'll probably be me in the non-pro, or honestly, I don't even think pleasure will be something they really look. I mean, he still will be level 1, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
No, he'll be level 1 in the Western riding, not in the pleasure.
Gotcha.
He's won too much money in the pleasure. But yeah,
Sweet.
Is there a level 2?
there is.
What is level? What's the
But
difference between 2 and 3?
Aaron's not level 2.
Gotcha.
And so Aaron wouldn't be able to show him in the
So you
pleasure.
could do level 2.
I could.
Wow.
I could show him in the level 2 amateur. I could show him in the non-pro limited. So those are things that we might do. But again, it's like I don't want to be too greedy with this horse.
Oh,
I'm like, Wingardium Leviosa. I don't want to be too greedy with this horse. Like I want what's best for him and like the longevity of his career. So
Yeah.
I don't want to just be like, oh, the class is all at once.
Yeah.
Do it. You know, he's not a
Yeah.
robot. So I did this strand way too tight and now it's hard. We'll see. So we'll see.
all right. All right, on to the mini questions.
Okay.
Why are we sending Jack to training? Oh, not we. Why are you sending Jack to training so early, but you waited to send Gretchen so late?
I had zero plan when I got Gretchen. I got Gretchen because so how I got the minis in the first place was when I bought Code Red, I met Chandler Marks who bought VS Flatline. Well, Chandler's like whole thing is the minis. And well, he does saddlebreds and stuff too, but like he is a mini person. Like he has amazing stallions, he has amazing mares, they all go show. They're so successful. Like he knows all about the bloodlines and confirmation and da 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 da. He just knows everything. And so I had reached out to him. I was like, hey, at some point I would love some minis. If you ever have any like, you know, brood mares or anything like that you would like to sell, please let me know. He was like, how about this one, and this baby? And I was like,
Okay.
okay.
He
And he
let
was
you
like,
know.
I'll do a 3 for deal for you. And I was like, okay. And both the mares were bred. So it was Karen, who at the time was carrying Squirt, and Regina, who at the time was carrying George, and Gretchen. And Gretchen was 4 months old when she came.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so that was like my introduction to mini horses. I was like, okay, I guess I have mini horses now, and didn't have a plan. Didn't know about the showing, didn't know about any of it. And my kind of plan for Gretchen, because I knew she was going to be a little bigger, was like, oh, she could be like a really good kid's horse, like one day. And by the time she's old enough, that's hopefully when I'll have kids. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't need one right then, maybe later. And she's like so pretty. You know, I'm like, if I had a kid's horse, it'd be good to have a pretty one. Well, then I started like learning more about the mini horses, about how like athletic they can be, about how versatile their like show career can be. They can be halter horses, they can be driving horses, they could do the jumping, they could do the liberty. Like there's so much stuff. And I'm like, this would be really cool to document, to bring more awareness to the Miniature Horse Association of like the world that's out there for equestrians that either A, may not want to ride, or B, may not have the income to have big horses and go show and do all those things. And I mean, minis they're just smaller. They're cheaper to house. They're cheaper to feed. They're cheaper to train. Like it's not cheap by any means, but it is more attainable and affordable.
Yeah.
And so like bringing this world into the light and doing it in hopefully the correct way. And so that's kind of why with Jack, when he was born, Chandler was like, oh my gosh, that is like such a nice baby. You should keep it, see what he does. And I was like, well, if I'm going to send him to training, like I would love to send him with somebody like, you know,
So he has a friend.
yeah, that. And Gretchen, like she's coming too, and her sire is known for being a driving horse. Like I think the cart is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, okay, what if we sent Gretchen?
Cart as in like.
She'll pull a cart.
Yeah,
like
pull
you'll
the
be
cart, yeah.
Like she'll be driving. with you.
Oh yeah, it's sick.
Okay,
And I was
that's
like,
cool.
okay, what if I like send her to training because it's the perfect timing for her to start that, and then I send Jack to do the halter and do like the weanling and like the yearling halter and stuff like that. And so the reason I didn't send Gretchen till later was because I had zero plan, and so I probably should have, because her full siblings have been like fantastic and have shown and like won everything.
Yeah.
But with Jack, I was like, okay, like it's very much if he's going to be a halter horse by spring, the earlier I could get him to the trainer, the better, for not just handling and training that way, but also for like fitting him up and feeding him correctly and like all these things. And if he's going to be like left intact and be a little mini stallion, he needs to have like really good habits and like all this stuff. And so, yeah, that's the plan.
All right.
We'll hopefully be following along a little mini horse show journey
That'll be fun.
next year. I know they have shows at Ocala, and so I'm like, if we go to that one in April, we could go like see them in training because it's like close to there.
Yeah.
And we could like I don't know, go take a lesson
A
with like
mini horse
because she's
show.
got so many minis, and he's going in training with Emily Condor. I think it'll be great. She's great.
I need a driving lesson.
I think that'd be awesome. Like with one that knows what they're doing.
Yeah,
that
that
yeah.
sounds. I need one that I don't really need to know what I'm doing.
I really just
Just
want to
one
go,
that's like-
yeah!
They'll
Oh,
take you
no.
around.
I want a chariot though.
None of that. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
they'll,
thinking of
they'll
chariots.
take you. They'll take you for a loop.
But I'm like, can they pull two people? I don't know. They're
Um,
little.
They are little.
Do you have mini mules?
They do have mini mules.
Oh.
Now,
There you go.
this trainer
Problem
doesn't
solved.
train mini mules, but
How many are mini mules?
they could be as little as
Same like a horse.
yeah.
Hmm.
Because it's a mini donkey and a miniature horse. So think about how little
Wow.
Dolly is.
Yeah.
And then bred to like one of those mini stallions.
Yeah.
That would be a henny.
A henny.
A henny.
A mini mule would be like Karen bred to Hank. Remember Hank, who's
Yeah,
Pico's dad?
yeah.
It's like if we bred Karen to Hank.
Yeah.
That'd be a mini mule, which we're not doing.
Yeah. No, we're not doing
But think of the workload you could add if you had a mule. People like
Because I do so
could-
much work with the minis.
Cool. Could pull two people
yeah.
and a plow. The mules.
All right. Will you be bottle feeding the mini calves or letting them raise them?
Found it.
Wash your pantsel.
So we have two mini cows due. So Poppy and Petunia, the OGs, they're due April 26th because we AI'd them. So they're both due the same day. We're going to recheck them. I hope they're both still pregnant. But as far as we know, they're both due in April. And like when we got those babies, they were on the bottle. And, I don't have like a super like solid opinion on bottle calves versus, because I do get like they do get so much friendlier.
Mhm.
Like if you bottle feed them, they are going to absolutely be puppies. Like they are going to be so friendly and easy to work with. But I think what we're going to do is leave them with their moms. And I know. We're going to let Pop and Petunia raise their own babies. But because there's only two of them, we're going to bring them up to the cow barn, calve them out in the stall. Not the stall, but like the cattle barn bay. We'll try to do like a calving season. Like we'll try to have them under cameras and all that good stuff. And I think because we'll keep them up closer and because Poppy and Petunia are so friendly, we'll get to, it'll be like horses. So like, it might not be where they're friendly day one, but with the horses, because you can go up and love on them, the babies then are like way more inquisitive and they get used to you and like all this stuff. So I
Yeah.
think with Poppy and Petunia, by having our mamas be super sweet, we'll be able to do kind of the same thing
Right.
without having to bottle feed. So that's the hope. We'll see. If they're heifers, we're keeping them anyway. So.
Yeah.
All right. On to the big horse questions.
Here we go.
All right. How many foals will you be keeping from the 2026 foal crop, and do you know which ones?
You said 7, didn't you?
No. Not
7.
So here's
6,
the thing.
7.
I keep saying, oh my gosh, I don't even know what 6'7" is. Like, I ChatGPT didn't even know what 6'7" was. I tried to get it to explain it, and it was like because 7 or 7, 8, 9. That's why 6 is afraid of 7.
No, it was a basketball player thing.
What?
It was an announcer at a basketball game, and it was for this particular player. And I don't know the entire details, but I did get a breakdown of what that meant.
By a youth. A youth told
Who
you.
broke this down for you?
An Instagram reel.
Oh.
I don't think this is correct.
This is correct. This is factual. It started off as that, and then it got strewn into
Strewn.
what it is.
I thought it was
today.
from a song.
It is from a song.
about a
But
basketball player
got it.
that an
That it-
announcer referenced.
He originated from that.
To my knowledge, and that was how it was broken down. So
Okay.
that could be catfish. Any Utes. Utes. like to
Youths, can
clarify.
you
Confirm or deny.
Can you explain
confirm or
6'7"?
deny? I think
Because
that's
I've
cap.
never felt so old as this 6'7" phenomena, and
I don't
I've
like it.
always been able to keep up, and I'm not keeping up.
I'm at that age now.
I'm
I
knitting
don't
with
like
glasses
it.
on. That's what I'm doing.
It's these dang kids and their slang and stuff. I saw a thing. It was like, bro, remember? It's like nobody bulls anymore. Like everybody in high school was bulling, bro.
Was what?
Bulling.
Bulling. Like everybody bulled, bro.
You don't just bull.
Nobody
You just
bulls
ride
anymore.
around bulling.
Everybody
What
was
is
bulling
that?
in high school.
I'm not a youth anymore.
I know.
Bulling. All right. Next question.
Okay.
Wait,
so
no, how many are
I
you
didn't
keeping?
answer that one. Next question. So we have 9 babies coming. This past year I was like I'm only keeping 2, and then I kept 4. So I'm going to try to keep no more than 4. I don't think I could do more than 4. But at this time, with us potentially having like an in-house trainer, keeping 4 is actually kind of like better, because then we can kind of see what they look like as yearlings. We can see what they look like as 2-year-olds, kind of make our decision with a little bit more facts behind it as to how they're maturing, as to like which one of them would fit our needs the best. And then, potentially selling them to show homes a little bit later. So like as yearlings and 2-year-olds. So there are 2 embryos that I purchased this season, and pretty much I will always keep an embryo past weaning due to the fact that I paid for that embryo.
Right.
So it's just like, would it fiscally make sense to sell them at weaning price, because I'm not going to make that much. And if I bought them from an embryo, it's like I'm buying from mares that I don't own, and so it's like giving myself an opportunity at a potential show horse that I wouldn't have had because I don't own that mare.
Right.
So like the Waffle House Code Red baby, absolutely not for sale. I mean, you'd have to pull out a lot to get that baby from me. And then the Only Blue Couture VS Code Red baby, it's probably going to be a keeper at least 3 yearling, just because of the fact that it was an embryo. Now, as far as my mares, I'm going to have a really hard time not keeping the Indy VS Code Red baby. Be really cool. It's an appendix baby because she's a thoroughbred mare. And then the Trudy First Things First baby.
That's gonna be a really good horse.
I feel like I have to keep at least one of the First Things First babies for the fact that I want to make sure they get into the show pen and make sure they are like put on the correct route to get his babies proven as early as possible.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna be really picky where his babies go. I'm picky with everybody, but
A little more picky.
right. Did I just knit? I just knitted like 4.
Apparently, you can't knit and talk.
Did you do a KS or a KP?
So I can't keep the Ricky Hey Good Looking. So that's another thing. People are like, why would you buy a mare that you have to foal out and then the baby goes back? So Ricky is who I would love to breed to Denver. Like, I really looked at my mares and was like, I have really awesome Hun seat mares to breed to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
But all of my like super high caliber proven Western mares are his mother or his sister or his niece cousin. So I was like, what do I like? I need to buy a couple. So that's why I bought Buttercup and Ricky for him for the Western. And she's bred and she's due really early in the season. And so that would allow me to have full control over like breeding season with her if I had her at my house. If I was trying to breed her back or do a round of ICSI or whatever and she's in someone else's hands until after weaning, I feel like that would be a nightmare. And I
Or
really
you just have to wait a year.
Or just have to wait a year, and I'm not trying to do that. And so like the deal was like, because I don't mind another baby, like absolutely. Like that's also something for us to just follow along with. And Taft Dickerson is who the baby will go back to, and he's fantastic. And so it's just forging that relationship there. And I was like, I'll just foal her out. How about that? Like, because I get to take videos of it, I won't charge you board. Like, it's fine. And so yeah, I don't see a problem in it. and we're all cool with it. So that's why she's there. But other than that, like the happy baby, the Annie baby, they're both first things first. We'll just have to see what happens with that as far as who I keep. I don't want to really lock myself into anybody but the embryos at this moment. But
Yeah.
All right. What's the plan for the current horses in training?
They'll probably go do stuff, I think. After, like,
the horses in training are Penelope, who's a coming 3-year-old. So she's Trudy and Allocate Your Assets.
she's doing English stuff.
Yes, she'll do the Hunter Under Saddle. And then there's Wheezy, who is Indy in Full Metal Jacket. She's Walter's full sister.
Taller
She
than a
just
house.
moved.
She's gigantic. So she today got picked up. Scott Kyle Performance Horses, Scott and Stephanie and Kendall did a fantastic job with her for her foundation. They hauled her all the time. Like, she looks amazing. But it just makes more sense if I have 2 horses that are doing the Hunter Under Saddle and that are traveling to shows and that are, it would just make sense for them to be in one place. Like, it just makes it easier. And so Jamie English is who like showed Hank. That's who, went and won the Congress with him, which is Trudy's first baby. That's who has Penelope. She's had other horses for me. And so I was like, hey, I think I'm going to move Wheezy to Jamie to have everybody in one spot. And so the plan for Wheezy, because she'll be 4 this coming year, and she's just like kind of like a little late bloomer, and she's just so big. We were giving her time to grow and not really like push her hard. I would love to see if she would be competitive enough to do the like. There's a lot more 4- and 5-year-old futurities these days, and maiden 4-year-old stuff, and like meaning like never shown before.
Yeah.
And so and like Green Horse, and there's just lots of avenues for her to possibly show in the Hunter Under Saddle prior to going on to doing like an English all-around career. So we're going to see how that goes this coming year. And then obviously Denver, talked about that he's going to mostly do the Western riding and potentially the trail. And then, yeah, all the yearlings this year will go into training this coming year, and they'll all kind of be on their own timeline. I don't know necessarily when their hard start is that they're going to get a saddle put on them. Like, we're going to just go off of them, and that'll be this coming spring. So, yeah, I think that's it.
Last question. Why can't Kennedy have the pond that the mini cows use?
So,
Give her the
Are
pond.
there
That's
other horses over there?
Do the
no.
So it's just Kennedy. You see that pond right there?
Well,
No.
it's because, so when I got Kennedy, and she's like the queen because she's Denver's mom, whatever. She had, you didn't know that? Oh my gosh. Matthew. So Kennedy is Denver's mom.
Wow.
We have a full
How about
sibling to
that?
Denver coming in 2026. We have a full sibling to Kirby. So 2 Kennedy babies coming. So Kennedy had a pond at her old home.
Yeah.
North Carolina. Way better ground than we have here. Like, probably way more aesthetic. It was the most beautiful pasture I've ever seen.
This is the
She had a
slums
pond.
here.
Huh?
This is the slums here.
Like, seriously, like, I'm like, I feel bad. So she had this pond. She would go swimming in it. She would go rolling in it. She loved the pond.
Yeah.
And now she has no pond. And everyone's like, give her a damn pond.
Yeah.
And so they see the mini cows have a pond, and they're like, what the heck?
Go
For
give it to
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
It is so far from the barn. Like, it is nowhere near the barn, first of all. It is nowhere near the barn. There are no other horses up there. It is so deep. Like, this isn't a pond. Like, they had a pond that was like a walk-in. This is like 20 feet immediately. And it's not safe. Like, I have this huge investment in this horse. No, I'm not putting her in this freaking giant pasture with this pond. No. If I will say, I'll make it a goal if I ever move, and if I ever have beautiful flat pastures that have no rocks in them, to dig a beautiful pond that is safe, I will build Kennedy a pond. But until then, no. I have no pond for Kennedy.
No pond.
And we're not blasting shelf rock to make one. Because that's what I have to do.
Yeah.
If you live in Middle Tennessee, you know. The rock is for real. Yeah.
It
that's
is rock.
So
All right.
that's it. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of format. If we want to sprinkle these in every now and then of just like hard answering questions and going more in depth. Thank you, Lindsay, for being like our
Moderator.
moderator. Yeah, that word.
Period.
Let us know what other questions you'd like to hear in the future and what other type of content you like to see. If there's any other games you want us to play, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in the next one.